right, Sports Fury Nation. The time has come. The NFC Championship game. This game is so big, it's too big that we couldn't just do this with just Philly.500 or Adrian Fedkiw. We decided, hey, you know what? Let's fuck it. Let's have them both on.
Yeah.
So joining us here is Adrian Fedkiw of the Bitter Birds.
Yeah.
And Philly.500.
King Dingbat himself.
Welcome, guys. How you doing, Adrian? How you doing, Philly?
Hey, I'm doing fantastic. It is time to know the skull. It's going down in Philadelphia this Sunday night.
They're in unison.
Yo, Adrian! What's up, buddy? The Bitter Dingbats are here.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
That's right, yeah.
Adrian Fedkiw, the Bitter Birds, Philly.500, together they make the Bitter Dingbats.
Yeah.
The Bitter Dingbats are here on the Sports Fury. This is crazy.
I know.
This is crazy.
How is this possible? How is the internet not blowing up right now?
I need a beer. To
always
talk
need a
about
beer.
the Eagles and the Vikings. Oh, my God.
God damn.
So, the Minnesota Vikings, guys, they come off a miraculous game winner. Stephon Diggs. Holy shit.
61-yard touchdown, dude.
Miracle. What were y'all's thoughts on that? Your now opponent, Minnesota Vikings, winning that game. What was that?
Guys, I know y'all watched that game very closely.
I was absolutely ecstatic because heading into the postseason, there were two teams that I thought were beatable that the Eagles matched up well with, and it was Atlanta and Minnesota. So when Stephon Diggs ran right down the right sideline, I was jumping up and down like a little schoolgirl saying, we're going to the Super Bowl. That's exactly what I said. And EDP was standing right next to me, told me to shut the fuck up because I was going to jinx it. So I did. I kept quiet for the rest of the night.
So EDP stopped you right in your break.
What's that?
EDP, he stopped you right in your tracks. He was like, no.
Stopped me right in my tracks. He's like, nope, no more. No more. You're not doing it.
I can see
happening
EDP doing
tonight. So,
yeah, that was awesome. I was actually doing a video that was going to say the Eagles are playing the Saints.
Yeah.
And in mid-sentence, I had to stop the video and then re-record from there. Look, as a football fan, you got to respect and love that play. Amazing play. Stephon Diggs. It's one of the most amazing things that I've ever seen. But the thing is, it helps us. You understand? It helps the Eagles because I did not want to get on there next week and talk about the Saints. As me and Adrian has said before, the Saints were not a good matchup for the Eagles. And I thought this was a big break. So Adrian was yelling, going to the Super Bowl. I was thinking the same exact thing at that time.
Okay. That's very interesting because, see, the Minnesota Vikings, a lot of people, including us, thought the Minnesota Vikings are the best team in the NFL.
Yeah.
I mean, going into the playoffs and remaining in the playoffs.
Yeah.
They are going on the road as the number 2 seed against y'all, the number 1 seed in Philly at the Link, and they are the favorites. You guys are the underdogs again.
Again.
At home.
Good. I want to be the underdogs. And it's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Because 70,000 people in attendance are all going to be wearing their dog masks. They're going to be howling. It's going to be an amazing atmosphere. Everybody's going to be shouting at the top of their lungs. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, the worst thing that they could do is keep making the Eagles underdogs. We love that role. We cherish it. And it pisses the fans off. It pisses the players. And I think that's a mistake. I think it's going to come back and haunt them. And I want to get one of them damn masks, but I can't find them.
Yeah, they're so
I can't find them anywhere. I've been looking. I can't get them. I want one.
I want one too. I was going to do my video literally with an underdog mask on. The whole show. With the mask.
Dingbat was going to be barking on Sunday, you know?
But you know what? What makes this such a great matchup is that both of these franchises, y'all's Eagles, the Minnesota Vikings, you talk about two teams that just have so many hardships in the playoffs. You get so close and it gets taken away. Minnesota Vikings, they've experienced that so many times throughout their history as a franchise. So have y'all. Yeah. I mean, so both teams, I feel like both fan bases, both of them deserve it. I mean, they have been through a lot of shit. Dude. Both of these franchises right here.
Both franchises. And neither of them have won a Super Bowl yet.
No.
So, hey, that's
thanks for reminding us. Thanks for reminding us.
I know, I'm just throwing that out there. I would love to.
You got some.
I had to say something, right?
Hail Mary. Drew Pearson,
that's Satanic Star.
1975. You had the Gary Anderson miss in 1998 when he was perfect all season long. And you had the miss from a couple years ago. It was 10-9 with Seattle. Oh, and who missed that? Blair Walsh, was it?
Yeah.
He missed a chip shot.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So the Vikings definitely been on the wrong end of a lot of miracle finishes. So it's crazy that the other side of the ledger happened.
It's almost like a movie playing out. These two franchises with all their history. Y'all lost Carson Wentz throughout the year.
Yep.
They lost their quarterbacks like
Bradford,
and all of them. So it's pretty cool. It comes down to these Vikings and Eagles, and one of them has to move on. One of them gets to go to that next step, to the Super Bowl, and that's what we're going to do here. We're going to break the shit out of this game. We're going to break it down.
Break it down?
Break it down for you.
Yeah.
Eagles, Vikings, who's winning this shit? And we'll start off with Adrian Fedkiw. What do you see happening in this game? I mean, holy fuck, man. Tell us your thoughts, man.
Yeah, all right. So a couple things to start. You guys wouldn't know this, but the Vikings are actually number 1 in the NFL in third down conversion. And one of the main reasons why is they really run the ball well, and they run it a lot. So they have the most rushing attempts in the league. Mm-hmm. And if they're consistently in 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2, for those crossing routes that they like to run, it's going to be a long night for the Eagles. But here's the thing. Eagles, number 1 in the NFL in rush defense. So if those 1st and 2nd downs, if you're holding them to less than 2 yards a pop and you're forcing Keenum into 3rd and 7s, 3rd and 8s, all of a sudden that puts the Eagles into an advantage. And those crossing routes that, you can pick it up on a 3rd and 4, but if it's 3rd and 8, you're going to get tackled short of the sticks. So that, to me, is a big thing to watch out for in this game, how they run it on 1st and 2nd down and what we see on 3rd down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Philly?
Oh, I see both of these teams almost coming in kind of with the same game plan. You know what I mean? Stop the run, let the quarterback beat you. I really think this is going to be a defensive battle the whole game, and it's the quarterback, in my opinion, who makes the least mistakes that I think will win this game. I really think it's that simple.
If it's a defensive battle, wouldn't this favor the Minnesota Vikings? I mean, you guys said that you guys were one of the Vikings. You wanted them. Well, now that here they are, right? They said you guys match up with them very well.
Yeah, and this is the number 1 defense.
Right, and we have the 4th, I believe we're the 4th overall defense. Yeah. And here's the thing. Here's the advantage I think the Eagles have. And Adrian, we've talked about this. Casey Keenum never has played a road playoff game. To go into Philly, even though he's had a better year than Foles, he's played all year. I think that situation for him gives the Eagles defense a better advantage in this. You got the number 1 rush defense in the Eagles. You got the number 2 rush defense, I believe, in the Vikings. You got 2 teams that are pretty much going to try to do the same thing, but Foles doesn't have to play on the road. He doesn't have to play against a hostile crowd. I think that's a big deal and a big advantage. I think if this game was in Minnesota, I would have to make the opposite argument. But because it's in Philly, I think that's the big advantage.
Yeah. Well, here's the other thing about Case Keenum and the Vikings. So Case Keenum pressured more than any quarterback this season. It's like 39% of his dropbacks. Right. Eagles, according to Pro Football Focus, apply the most pressure of any defense in the NFL. So one of the things that Case Keenum kind of struggles with is working the pocket. So if you can kind of collapse it and make him work it, that's how you beat him. And the other thing, he likes to do the whole backpedal thing that Nick Foles likes to do. So if he throws up a couple lollipops, especially in that wind in Philadelphia, well, those are going to get picked off.
Okay.
That's right.
What about Nick Foles? Now, on the other side, Nick
Foles great. What do you mean?
Shit.
Nick Foles.
Nick Foles facing that front seven, the Minnesota front seven. Yeah. I mean, you got Everson Griffin coming out. Those linebackers. Anthony Barr. Yeah. I mean, Eric Hendricks.
Hendricks.
So, what kind of success is Nick Foles going to have going up against that Minnesota Vikings defense?
I think it depends on that offensive line. That offensive line is going to have to play even better than they did last week. I really think that. And Doug Peterson, in my opinion, if he dekes and dunks all day and doesn't take some shots, isn't a little bit aggressive, I think that'll be a mistake. But it's a great defense. Foles has got his work cut out for him. I definitely agree with you. It is. That's why I think this is a defensive game. And hopefully they can use the screen. They can run a little bit and be effective. But game plan-wise, what these teams want to do, I think it's going to be very similar.
Yeah, I mean, here's the truth. I don't know how the hell the Eagles are going to move the ball. Alshon Jeffrey against Xavier Rhodes. Trey Wayne's going to shut down Torrey Smith.
Yeah.
A lot of cornerback depth for the Vikings. So even if you look at the slot receiver, Nelson Aguilar, most slot yards in the NFL, well, you got Terrence Newman, Mackenzie Alexander. One of them's going to be on Aguilar. Zach Ertz, big-time tight end, huge threat on third down. Well, they got Harrison Smith.
Yeah.
You want to go in the flats and dink and dunk with Nick Foles, they got those linebackers, Anthony Carr and Kendricks.
Yeah.
So I don't know how the hell they're going to move the ball, and that's why I just made a bold prediction in my latest video that the Eagles defense is going to score more points than the offense.
I think they're going to have to because
that's going to be an important piece.
Speaking of y'all's run game, I mean, you guys didn't run the ball that well this past game, right?
No. I think y'all had a total of 96 yards total out of all of them. The highest rusher was 54 yards by Jay Ajayi. So averaging 3.6 yards.
So you might
be
right on the damn money there,
Yeah.
Adrian. I mean, if the Eagles defense are going to have to score more points.
And the Vikings defense, Saints, they have a damn good run offense themselves. They held them to a total of only 80 yards. Held the Saints, and they have Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara.
Yeah.
Those guys alone, they held them.
And I don't know about you, Sean, but I trust Case Keenum more than I trust Nick Foles. I do.
Yeah.
I mean, I do.
More experience, especially this whole year, right? And a lot with the weapons around Case Keenum.
Diggs, Thielen. I mean, these guys are making unbelievable plays. There's more playmakers on the offense of the Minnesota Vikings as opposed to the Eagles. I mean, what do you guys have to say about that?
Yeah, what do y'all think?
What do y'all think? Are we crazy?
Yeah.
They're crazy. I'm just kidding. No, go ahead, Adrian. You take this.
You want me to go? Okay.
Go.
All right. Well, I did also say that Case Keenum is the second best quarterback left in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not much to pick from, though. You got Brady, you got Case Keenum, Blake Bortles, Nick Foles. But Philly.500 was saying it earlier. I mean, Case Keenum is coming to Philadelphia. He's coming into this hostile environment. He's going to be staring at 70,000 dog masks, all right? He has no chance against this pressure. He's going to be backpedaling more than Nick Foles. So in this game, even though Case Keenum is a better quarterback than Nick Foles, I think because Nick Foles is at home and Case has to come here, Nick Foles might actually have the advantage.
Well, let me say this about Nick Foles. He's going to be at home, but what does it matter if he's overthrowing guys like left and right, like we saw
last week. Yeah, we saw him do that last week with 2 weeks to prepare and get on some kind of rhythm.
Well, I think Foles did though get into rhythm and settle down in the second half. I think that he could build from that second half.
How he did that was they were dumping it off a lot. It wasn't down the field throws.
No,
the thing
it wasn't.
We already know that they have some of the best linebackers Vikings do, right? The best linebackers, most athletic guys. They can cover, they can stop the run. I think they're one of the best linebacking duos, Hendricks and Barr, in the game.
Yeah,
right.
They are. They're great defense.
It's
but
going to be a challenge.
It's not in Minnesota. It's in Philly, and that is a big advantage. You know,
I just keep all this tape that I'm watching on Case Keenum and all these lollipops he's throwing on his back foot. And the pressure that he's going to get, you're going to have about 2 to 3 opportunities to get an interception, and the Eagles are going to have to capitalize, and that's what it's going to be. And the thing is these Eagles cornerbacks have to hit a goddamn jugs machine because they've had a lot of chances at getting some easy interceptions, and they haven't been able to do it.
Yeah.
You're right.
Darby,
right.
Jalen Mills they're going to have their work cut out for them going up against Thielen and Diggs and Jarius Wright and Treadwell.
Yeah, and the thing is, I look at it like this. I know Case Keenum, and I know everybody gives him crap. He throws it up, and he has taken some chances, right? And like in the Saints game, he took that chance. He threw that pick to Williams, the guy that everybody hates right now. But right after that, he came back and threw a beautiful pass to Jarius Wright on a corner route. And not every quarterback can do that. We saw Nick Foles try that, and he missed it. And I'm not just trying to take a shot, but I'm just saying, Case Keenum, his composure. he understands it's not all on him. Let's just get it to our playmakers' hands. And that's kind of why I think Case Keenum, even though it's on the road, he's a veteran. He's been benched. He's always had that positive attitude. Even when he got benched last year for Jared Goff, they said he was the best teammate to Jared Goff. Even when they drafted Jared Goff, he was tutoring. Everybody loved him, and he's a leader.
And Philly.500, I've heard you all season. You're not a believer in Case Keenum. You're just not a believer. But you know what? I started believing him, what?
Yeah.
Week 5, week 6?
Yeah.
I believe in Keenum. I think he's going to come to this game.
If Keenum goes out and he beats the Eagles in Philly, look, I'm going to have to say that I was wrong about him. I'm willing to do that. But I still think being in Philly, NFC Championship game, first road playoff game, I think it's a hard match. I think it's a hard thing for him. I don't think he was that great at the end of the Vikings game. I mean, look, the Stephon Diggs play, great play, amazing play, but he did. Look, it was destiny. It was a miracle, right? It was a miracle. What did he do in fourth quarter? He threw the big interception. So to me, and here's the other thing. I don't think Foles is as bad as he's looked. I really think that the second half that he had last week kind of will settle him down a little bit. And I expect him to be decent, adequate, not Carson Wentz, not, the best guy in the league, but I think he's going to be adequate. And we'll see. I mean, that's why they play the game, right?
Here's what happened last week. So they had 2 weeks to prepare for this game, and they kind of changed the offense a little bit. So you went from not wanting to change the offense, not wanting to change anything when Carson Wentz went down. Didn't work. Yeah. Nick Foles looked atrocious. He couldn't get through his progressions. Yeah. So what Doug Peterson did, he incorporated more RPO into the offense, more of Chip Kelly stuff. From when Nick Foles had 27 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. So you run the RPO, you give Nick Foles one read. It allows him to be a little bit more decisive. So you're either looking for the quick slant. If it's not open, you're handing the ball off. So I think that helped them out. But unfortunately, that predictability is going to be a lot more difficult to run against with Minnesota. So there you go.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And I was going to say, Case Keenum going into Philadelphia, and I think maybe I'm not sure if Josh agrees with me, but I know everybody's talking about Case Keenum. Can he do this? Can he do that? I'm honestly not thinking Case Keenum's going to have a big day because I don't think he needs to. With the Vikings defense going to be able to put them in good spots, I just think Case Keenum's going to have a better day than Foles, and that's at the end of the day what matters. Which offense can at least get a little bit more yardage, keep their defense a little bit more rested? Because both these teams, Eagles and Vikings, both have a great defense. I think it's all going to come down to which defense is going to get tired first, because being on the field that long,
and that favors the Vikings.
Yeah,
I feel like.
Yeah.
We're going to find out, right? We're going to find out.
But you guys
talked about earlier. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead, Adrian.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, you guys were talking about earlier with the rushing attempts and how it was trouble to gain traction in the running game. I knew it was going to be hard coming in because it was going to be an 8-man box. My thing was, I just wanted Doug to stick with it and continue to run the football. And at the end of the day, it was a balanced ratio. You had 32 runs, 30 pass attempts, and the more they ran, it helps out Nick Foles in more manageable third down situations. So even though it was 3.3 a pop or whatever the hell it was, I'd rather be in 3rd and 4 than 3rd and 10. So that's the way I look at running the ball. And you're going to have to do it again against another 8-man box in Vikings because where they're going to check Nick Foles to beat him.
What about Clement? Should you guys use a little bit more Corey
Clement
in this game?
I
love that dude.
Yeah.
Less Blunt, more Clement. I would have Ajayi get most of the carries, then Clement just underneath him, and Ajayi. But I will say this. I want to say this one thing about the other game. I did think there were situations in this past game where Doug should have play action. He should have took a couple shots. He had kind of Atlanta on the ropes, and he let them off the hook. He was a little too conservative. I don't think you can do that with Minnesota. I think when he's got the opportunity, where he's got something, take it. He's got to be able to take it. And if he doesn't connect on it, he's going to be in trouble.
Those play action passes, get those going. Yeah. We saw that with Jacksonville. That's what they're doing with Blake Bortles.
That's all they did.
Yeah, I mean,
it's only play action. They won't take me through the ball pretty much.
So I think that would be absolutely smart, man. And hit your guys.
Yeah.
Hit it to Ertz. Yeah. Ertz was wide open so much in that game.
He really was.
This past game.
He really
Shit.
was.
Oh, I know.
Now this is
you know what I think we're going to see a lot of? I think we're going to see a lot of trap runs. The Eagles lead the NFL in trap runs. That was a stat that Pro Football Focus put out today. And the Vikings have a really, really aggressive edge defender, Danielle Hunter, actually one of the more underrated players in the NFL. Hunter, and he likes to charge upfield. So this was a tactic that the Eagles used earlier this season against Dallas. And by God, I forget the guy's name. I'm blanking off the top of my head. But they kept running it all night to the left side, wherever Irving. There you go.
Yeah, Irving? Oh, okay.
Yeah. So something to look out for is the trap play.
Yeah.
Now I want to get into the coaching of this game.
Yeah.
Doug Peterson, Mike Zimmer. Mm-hmm. In the divisional round, I saw the Eagles make great adjustments, like you were saying earlier, going into the second half of against the Atlanta Falcons. Minnesota Vikings, I felt they fell apart a bit in the second half.
They did get a little conservative.
They let New Orleans get back into the goddamn game. So, coming down to the coaching, what do you guys see coming out of this game between Mike Zimmer and his staff and Doug Peterson? Because I love the Vikings coaching staff, but I was pretty disappointed in that second half of that Saints game.
I love Mike Zimmer. I think he's a great coach. But there are times, even in the Carolina game, I thought that there were times when Minnesota can get a little conservative. I think Doug has to keep them off balance, and I think he's going to have to be a little bit aggressive when he can. I think Doug tends to sometimes get, in my opinion, a little too conservative too. So I think whoever comes out is a little more aggressive, can keep the team off balance, will do a better job. But Mike Zimmer's a great coach.
Yeah, I don't understand why he doesn't get more recognition, to be honest. I guess because he's a defensive mind. I guess that's just the way it works. But he's outstanding, and he is the better coach here in this matchup. But I do think that Peterson is making strides as the head coach. He impressed me last week with the way that he was able to adjust with Foles and use more of the RPOs, and the way that he was using his all of his running schemes to combat an 8-man box. I mean, we saw so many different formations to run the football. So Zimmer's the better one, but don't sleep on Doug either.
No, Doug did a great job. Yeah. I thought this was one of his best games.
Doug Peterson really impressed me this whole season.
Yeah.
Going into the season, I did not like Doug Peterson at all. I thought, from 2016, I'm not sure about this dude. But 2017, turn it around for me.
Yeah.
And now, and as far as the coordinators go, I mean, the Philadelphia Eagles were playing against the Falcons. I mean, Sarkisian of the Falcons, so goddamn predictable.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, Adrian, you were telling us that you guys were able to fucking tell exactly what they were doing.
Yeah. There was a report the next day that Jalen Mills was calling out the play right after the huddle.
That's pathetic. Now, that's embarrassing. But you guys are going to be facing up against Pat Shurmur, who I think is fucking phenomenal. He's probably going to be a head coach.
He's a head coach candidate for a reason.
Yeah.
That's
he's not going to be predictable. He's going to be calling some genius fucking plays coming up for Case Keenum and them.
I've said it before. I think he's one of the best at designing plays, especially getting his playmakers open.
Right.
Like on crossing routes, I think Adrian mentioned that. He's one of the best at it.
So it's going to be interesting to see what Pat Shurmur does as far as, the kind of schemes he's going to run, the kind of offensive plays he's going to make, adjustments he's going to have to see throughout the game, as opposed to Frank Reich, y'all's offensive coordinator, against that Vikings defense.
Yeah.
Well, Doug and Shurmur, right, they come from the Andy Reid coaching tree. Right? Wasn't Shurmur with Eagles? So they, they're very similar in what they do. I'm sure they know what each other does pretty well.
Yeah.
I'm expecting a lot of bootlegs from Minnesota to try and combat the pressure, get him outside the pocket. That's the way to beat the Eagles defense. So I think there'll be a lot of that.
So who is y'all's guy, the key to the fucking game for the Philadelphia Eagles? Who needs to step up? Who's going to be the guy who makes the fucking play? Maybe offensive player, defensive player. Who's the guy you think is going up against this Minnesota Vikings is going to be the key to this game here? What do we need to look out for?
I'm looking at Brandon Graham because Mike Remmers is their right tackle, and I don't think he's like the greatest thing in the world. So I think Brandon Graham can not only set the edge in the run game, but also apply pressure to Case Keenum. Fletcher Cox, obviously, deep penetration. So there you go. There was an injury a couple weeks ago to the left guard spot, Nick Easton, out for the season. So Jeremiah Surlis right now is their left guard. So if Pat Elflein and who's their right guard, Joe Berger, if they want to double team Fletcher Cox, it's going to leave Timmy Jernigan one-on-one against him. So look at Timmy Jernigan, Fletcher Cox, I think Brandon Graham, those three, because they're going to have to pressure the hell out of Case Keenum to win.
Yeah. Now, I think defensively, I agree with him totally. And offensively, look, I got to say Nick Foles. Nick Foles is going to have to make some plays. He just is. He's going to have to make some plays. He's going to have to hit on some things. And if he doesn't, they're going to lose. He doesn't have to do a lot. He's got to do enough. And if he comes out and has the first half he did last week, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. And I really think this is all about Foles and Keenum and who can move the ball better against two good defenses.
Is there anyone on the Minnesota Vikings team, offensively or defensively, that you are the most worried about?
That scares you the most?
I'm very worried.
Griffin.
I'm worried about both of those guys because if the Eagles struggle to generate that pressure, I think they're going to get picked apart.
Yeah. Well, yeah. No, I think that whole defensive line by Minnesota, Griffin and all those guys, they get sacks. They get to Foles, we're in trouble. Foles is not going to be able to scramble and buy time. I mean, Keenum is mobile. He can at least get out of situations. We see it all the time. Yeah. Foles is stationary.
Yeah, y'all got to worry about that strip sack, because Foles holds that ball a little bit up there, and those guys are some big linemen. Everson Griffin, man, guy's he's a monster. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm a little worried about with Nick Foles, is especially on the left side. Mm-hmm. It's not like y'all have y'all starter there, and y'all the backup. I can't even pronounce his name. I'm not gonna try.
Halapulavati Vaitai.
Thank you.
Damn!
Big V.
I'm never gonna try that.
I can say Big V.
But he's done great. He's done pretty good though.
Fast. I can go.
Yeah.
Fedkiw got that.
Fedkiw's got it. I knew one of them would get it, but
Halapulavati Vaitai. Keep going.
You practice that in the mirror every day? What's going on here?
Several times a day.
I can't. I won't even try.
But
no chance.
Him coming in as a backup and filling in for Peters, he's done pretty good. He's been solid. But I don't feel like y'all face a D-line like this since he's
never faced an Everson Griffin. Not this year. I'm trying to figure out who.
It's going to be interesting.
Because a lot of the good pass rushers
Broncos maybe
have actually come on the other side. DeMarcus Lawrence on the left side.
Yeah.
Who else they played? But
Miller.
Crazy that Big V has had to go up against, and Griffin. That's definitely something to keep an eye on. And you were talking about strip sacks. It's funny that you mentioned that because Chris Long has 4 of them on the season, and he's another I think key to this game. He's been hawking that arm. He's always trying to get that ball out.
Now, I will say this, Case Keenum, I've seen him escape some miracle plays throughout the season.
Yeah.
Because he's that short guy. I don't know how he does it. This guy does not look like he can scramble, but all of a sudden he ducks and packs and all of a sudden he's running down the sideline. I don't know.
We saw that in this
You
past
have
game.
to hit him in the pocket. You have to keep him in the pocket.
Oh, yeah. He's a lot more athletic outside the pocket than people give him credit for. You look at him, you don't think he is.
Yeah.
But that's going to be key. Honestly, my key in this game, personally, for the Vikings, because I know they said they're Eagles, right? Mm-hmm. I'm thinking Harrison Smith. He didn't have that huge of a game against the Saints, but that was against Drew Brees, and Drew Brees is not stupid. He's going to look him off and make sure he doesn't throw anywhere near Harrison Smith. Mm-hmm. But this is going against Nick Foles. If they are literally only giving him one option and read it, Harrison Smith's going to read that shit all day, especially after the first, second quarter. And if he keeps doing it and no adjustments are made, then it can be dangerous.
I'm going Case Keenum.
Griffin scares me.
You're going Case Keenum as the X Factor?
I think Case Keenum's going to go into this game balling.
Okay.
I do.
Okay.
I think I'm really. Maybe it's because of that stream.
Okay,
we coming high off that game.
The miracle.
Yes, I don't know, but
the miracle in Minnesota. Is that what are we calling
the Minneapolis Miracle?
There we go. Okay.
I mean, guys, Minnesota Vikings, Philadelphia Eagles, NFC Championship game.
Oh man,
it's time to get down to our picks.
Yeah.
We're going to kick it off to Adrian Fedkiw. Adrian, who do you got winning this game?
I wonder.
Well, I kind of foreshadowed it earlier. So I said that the Eagles' defense would score more points than the offense. Mm-hmm. So we're going to get a pick 6 from Ronald Darby. He's going to be the one that snatches one of those lollipops up in the air, and he takes it back to the house. Eagles winning. 10-9, baby.
Whoa!
Low
scoring.
10-9.
Low scoring.
Hey, you guys made fun of my low score last week, and I nailed the points. I said 13-12 and 25 points were scored. Okay. Don't ever doubt me, damn it.
Okay. Philly. Who you got winning this game? You got the.
Here's what I see. I see late fourth quarter. It's a 13-13 game. Okay. You know, Minnesota's got the ball. Keenum's going to throw the big pick to Darby. The Eagles are going to get one first down and kick a game-winning field goal, win the game 16-13. That's what's going to happen. That's exactly what I think is going to happen.
All right. So now it's our
shot. Picks, huh?
Here's who I got winning this game. Okay. I picked the Philadelphia Eagles to beat the Atlanta Falcons and move on to the NFC Championship game, but I just cannot pick them here. Nope, can't do it. I'm going to stick with my original Super Bowl pick. I'm going with the Minnesota Vikings going to the Super Bowl. Yep. They're going to come to Lincoln Financial Field. They're the best team in the NFL. They have been for quite some time, I feel. Yeah. I'm sorry, Eagles fan. I'm sorry, Philly. I'm sorry, Adrian. I wish I could ride with you guys, but I just can't do this. I can't do it. I'm going to go with the Minnesota Vikings. I think after what we saw when they beat the New Orleans Saints, which I thought was the second best team in the playoffs, they fucking beat them. That miracle touchdown, Stephon Diggs. Yeah. This is destiny. Skull Nation's going to the Super Bowl.
In their own town.
Yeah, they're going to host their own Super Bowl. I got the Minnesota Vikings moving on and going to the Super Bowl. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, Eagles fans.
Yeah. You want me to suffer all year.
Josh, I'm surprised you picked them, man.
I went Vikings.
You know why? Because you might be in Philly next week, and I might never see you again.
I might have to go change my pants.
Oh,
shit. I can't walk the streets.
Adrian's like, I'm going to take you out.
It's going to be a rumble in the jungle.
The fans of Philly are going to toss me into the fucking ring.
Yeah, dude. They're going to take you.
Go right over the guard. You're going in the ring.
I might have to change my pick, guys. They're going to spit in my cheesesteaks.
Yeah, they're going to do something, man. They're going to recognize it. They're going to give a shit.
Your cheesesteaks.
But you know what, though? I'm not going to Philly, so I don't have to worry about shit because I'm going Vikings, too.
You're a smart guy.
Yes, I am.
You're a smart guy.
No, guys.
You got a Cowboys sign.
It's not happening. Done.
How about that? Y'all don't have to do it.
There you go.
So,
there you go.
Vikings are going to make history. They are going to make it host their own Super Bowl, and it's going to be crazy. The fans are going to go crazy. It's a miracle, all right? And I'm going to put this. Fuck this shit. I can't do that to my. I can't do that. I can't do that to my star.
It's destiny, Sean.
It's destiny, man. This team, they faced some tough adversity last week, right? They almost blew a 17-0 lead.
They beat Drew Brees.
But
they're going to be Foles.
They almost blew a 17-point lead. But y'all also got to realize that was Drew Brees. That was Sean Payton.
They shut down not shut down, but they fucking contained that running game. Kamara and Ingram. You kidding me?
It was all Drew Brees and Michael Thomas in the second half. I don't see that happening with the Eagles being able to do that against this defense. So I got to go Vikings.
So, you guys are going to be sorry. You're going to be sorry.
I love this. Got the Bitter Dingbats versus the Sports Fury.
Yeah. Who's going to be right?
Who's going to be right? Who's going to be right?
We're
Everybody
pissed.
watching right now, you let us know in the comment section down below. Sports Fury versus the Bitter Dingbats. Who wins? Who's winning this?
I have been wrong once on the Eagles this season. Just once.
Me too.
We know our team.
The Chiefs was the only game I got wrong.
Well,
that's right.
We're going to be streaming that game.
Yeah?
I'm pretty sure, we're We're gonna hear it from the Philly fans. If we are wrong, but we're not gonna be.
No,
we're gonna win. We're gonna win this shit. Vikings are gonna go on to the Super Bowl.
We need to make a bet here. We need a bet.
I'm not doing that shit. I'm a Bears fan.
Yeah, you're a Bears fan.
I'm not doing that.
My division rival.
I'm not gonna fucking do that shit. Yeah, this is coming from Bears fan. I'm going Skull.
You gotta love that Case Keenum for that extra point that he just took a kneel when he was doing that. The whole crowd was sinking. That was like amazing moment.
So Philly.500 said, let's make a bet.
Bet? Okay.
Pig slits.
Yeah, we gotta make a bet.
For our channels.
We
become the Bitter Dingbat. We take the Bitter Dingbats. If we lose, you guys take sports. Shit.
If the Eagles lose, I'll buy you a cheesesteak when you come down here.
I'll take that. You get me a cheesesteak.
Well, what do I get out of this?
You didn't get shit.
How do you get a cheese?
I'll send you a picture on Instagram.
I don't want a goddamn picture. How can I get a picture?
And then
I gotta think about this. Spit
that cheesesteak.
Now we'll get something figured out.
Or I might do whiz.
We gotta think. We gotta have a bet.
Adrian, if we lose, you're not even gonna see me in Philly. You ain't gonna have it. I'm gonna ghost. Shit.
Oh, man.
I want to see you though. It's next week.
You're gonna be like, yo, Josh, where you at? I'm over here. And I'm just gonna be like, woo, turn to the corner. Josh. Nope.
You're gonna give me an RKO and just
hell yeah. Out of nowhere, player.
Out of nowhere.
Oh man.
Let me think.
Yeah, go ahead, Philly. He's still thinking.
Philly's like, we not done here.
I want a bet. I want a piece to use. I want a piece to use.
Yeah, he's coming with something good.
Oh no, man. Now I'm getting a little nervous. I don't know. I know he's
look
got
at him. Look at his eyes.
He's got
oh my God.
Very vivid imagination, so I'm scared. I know Philly.
Something sinister coming our way. Holy shit.
I'm a reptilian. You didn't know? What if?
Oh shit.
I got myself a Nick Foles jersey there. What if the Eagles lose? I got to burn the Nick Foles jersey.
Oh my God!
If you guys lose, you have to pick one piece of Bears, one piece of Cowboys. It could be an old shirt, don't have to be new, and burn it.
Oh, okay. If you're willing to do that,
I'm willing to do it. Let's make this interesting.
I'm willing to do it.
The King Dingbat way.
I'm willing to do it. Okay.
Okay.
But I'm only betting cheesesteaks.
He's only betting cheesesteaks.
I like my.
And I want a good one. Don't take me some rinky-dink ass fucking place. You get me a good.
We'll go to Jim's.
Jim's is good.
So we accept the bet.
But we have to record it, obviously, right? It's going to be a video made, and we got to give shout-outs. If whoever loses has to give shout-outs to others.
So you guys be on the lookout for that. And if you're not already, and I don't know what the hell's wrong with you for not, go subscribe to Adrian Fedkiw over at the Bitter Bird. You'll see the link in the description box down below.
And
go subscribe to Philly.500.
Yeah.
These are our boys right here. Even though they're completely wrong about this game, we love them.
We're geniuses.
We respect the shit out of you
guys. They're good guys. Promise, guys. Go check them out.
You guys are fucking hellish. You guys are fun as hell.
Yeah, seriously.
We love doing this with you guys. This was
Thank
great.
you for having us.
Yes, a lot of fun.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. It's a blast every time.
Anytime.
So before we head out, any last thoughts between you guys? We'll start off with Adrian. Go ahead. Any last thoughts before we head out?
I can't wait to see UCF Jaguar in the next show because it's going to be Eagles and Jaguars. So maybe we'll have to set up 3. So Philly.500, little Adrian, a little UCF Jaguar action.
Oh man!
You might just start fighting.
Philly?
Hey, I think the Eagles are going to shut a lot of people up this week, and I look forward to it.
Okay. All right.
I like it. I like it.
Better hope so.
Or are you going to be burning that Nick Foles jersey?
I'll be burning it. I'm a man of my word.
So, everybody, make sure you're subscribed to Philly.500, Adrian Fedkiw. If you're not subscribed to us, fucking hit that subscribe.
What are you doing?
And if for our thoughts on the AFC Championship game, go head over and go watch our AFC Championship game breakdown with UCF Jaguar.
Yeah.
Go check that out so that way we can find out who is going on to the Super Bowl.
What teams are going to be in there?
Yeah, and if it ends up being Eagles and Jaguars, we have to get all these guys together and it's going to be a fucking brawl for all.
It's going to rumble.
Royal Rumble.
There we go.
I love it.
But, all right, guys, this is great. Awesome. We'll find out this Sunday who's going on to the Super Bowl. Holy shit, it's going to be great. Good luck to the Eagles.
Yeah.
Good luck to the Minnesota Vikings. You guys have been waiting for this for a long time.
Yep.
When y'all going to move in, good luck to everybody. And we'll see you for the Super Bowl.
Can't wait.
Later, guys.
Peace.
See ya.
Peace.